Welcome to this video on public speaking as a leader. Why do we as leaders need to know how to be effective at public speaking? Well, I'm sure most of you know the pyramid and the all-seeing eye that is placed on the $1 bill. What does this symbol represent? We have a pyramid and we have an eye which is placed on top of the pyramid, and it's slightly detached from the pyramid, so it's separated. One can interpret this symbol as such. He or she who is able to see and be conscious will rise to the top of any hierarchy. He or she who is conscious and can see is best determined to be a leader. Why is this? There's an ancient Mesopotamian story of the god Marduk and the monster Tiamat. Now, Tiamat is a representation of chaos. Tiamat brings chaos to the Mesopotamian lands and to the gods. And none of the gods are able to face the chaos and everything that comes along with it. But there is one god who is able to see and face Tiamat. This is Marduk. Now, Marduk is represented with a crown, and on the crown there are many eyes. Hence, Marduk can see, interestingly enough. So Marduk is able to face and determine the problem, Tiamat, and fight the problem. He succeeds, and in exchange he is, if I'm not mistaken, placed as the head of the gods. He is like the leader of the gods, let's say. And that's the same for leaders in our world, in real life. He or she who can see also stays at the top of the hierarchy because the environment of the hierarchy is ever changing. The things that made you successful 5 years ago in a certain hierarchy will not be the same as today. And if you don't realize that the criteria for staying at the top of the hierarchy have changed, then you fall off because the environment has changed and you no longer fit. Yet if you are aware and you see, you recognize, okay, the criteria have changed, so I need to apply myself. So I used to do this 5 years ago, this made me successful, yet now the demands are different, I need to do this. So you apply yourself and change. If you're running a company, you will know that the business environment, the industry changes with time. Customer demands shift. If you don't react to the changes in customer demands, your company will slide down and slip into negative numbers. That's a very tangible, simple example of why, as a leader, you need to be aware and see. And public speaking comes into play here because in order to convince your audience that you are the right leader and you have determined the best direction for them and yourself, you need to be persuasive, articulate, communicative, and confident. And public speaking is precisely symbolically represented by this triangle and eye, because you are on a stage, for example, and everybody else is in front of you. You are the light to these people. You are guiding them through the uncertainty, the chaos, the darkness of life. And with the all-seeing eye, the pyramid and the eye are represented with light. There's light coming out of the eye. That is clarity, that is order, let's say. You can learn more about this theory from Dr. Jordan Peterson's videos on Mesopotamian gods and the dominance hierarchy, let's say. And also on ancient Egyptian mythology. Very interesting, I can highly recommend it. So we need to learn how to be persuasive.